Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew here, and today I thought I'd do something a little bit different today for this video. I'm going to be doing a comparison with not one but two radios right here. First is the Crosse S83301 going up against the First Alert SFA1135. Basically, this is just going to be like a comparison between like the external and internal differences between like what features both radios have, their ups and downs, basically their pros and cons, like what are the good things about them, what are the bad things about them, and that's pretty much it. So before I begin this video, I want to give a special shout out to my good buddy Hajjar-Betters, who does a lot of very good, amazing radio reviews. He reviews old classic radios and modern new radios. And I'm not sure if he does like a radio versus videos on his channel. So anyway, if you want to, if you want to go see him and his videos, I'll be sure to link his channel in the description down below. So go check him out if you already haven't. So, all right, let's get started here. So, the first thing we're going to inspect about the radios is the external features they have. Starting with the S83301. One thing that's convenient about this radio here is the fact that it has a built-in flashlight for when you need to see in the dark. Peekaboo, I see you. What the hell did I just say? Anyway, so this radio has a built-in flashlight right here. The SFA1135, on the other hand, it technically isn't really a flashlight if you want to call it that, but the only thing that would become as close to having a built-in flashlight is this backlit screen right here. If you push this button right here, that's what turns on the backlit display. Another feature, sorry about the background noise, another feature that that the S83301 has that the SFA1135 does not is that it features an extendable antenna to help you get a better reception with certain radio stations in certain spots of any area that you're in. The SFA1135, on the other hand, doesn't seem to have that feature, because it already has like a built-in antenna like this one right here. But unfortunately, it's not extendable, and that kind of really stinks, because there are like spots with this radio, some areas that you can tune into certain radio stations even with a built-in antenna, but it would really help with the reception if the antenna right here was extendable. So that's kind of a downside to this thing right here. Next is that the tuning buttons. The tuning buttons on the S83301 is they respond pretty good. The volume buttons as well. And right here on the front here, this is a switch between no weather radio, AM and FM reception. This button right here, for this radio, you can set this to a standby mode where it receives tornado only warning alerts, or you can set it to receive all kinds of ES alerts. Now the First Alert SFA1135 here for this radio, the tuning buttons work fine, but they are a bit finicky. Like if you're trying to like auto tune to the closest radio station available, and you try to hold this down for like a few seconds, sometimes it'll jump auto tune to like one closest station, or you can only go by like up one station each, because you're not pressing down hard enough on the tuning buttons, and that's kind of a little weird. I don't know if it's I don't know if the problem exists with this unit right here, or if it's all SFA1135 radios from First Alert. but this is what happens with my radio. The next best thing that the Crosse has that the First Alert does not is that not only does it have like a DC input, but it also features a built-in headphone jack, which if you want to keep things quiet between you or some other people who may think your radio is getting a little loud for them, this thing gives you the option to plug in a set of headphones so that you can listen to the music by yourself without anyone else having to listen to it. Unfortunately for the First Alert, that feature does not exist, as it only has like the DC import here. So no headphone jack whatsoever. So I think I've pretty much gone over most of the physical aspects of the radios. Except like if you see the power button right there on the Crosse, it's that you can, while you hold the power button down, it lets you go to the settings of the Crosse right here and configure the settings to whatever you want while the radio is powered on. Now here's the problem with this thing. If you try to put in like the country area code or the same alert area codes for your area or for any other area, basically in your state or whatever, when you shut the radio off, it does not keep the settings that you've set it to. It doesn't like save them at all. And once you power it down and power it back on again, you have to reset up the settings for the same area codes. So that's kind of a big drawback to the Crosse right here. The First Alert, on the other hand, lets you keep the settings, and what's better is that even if the battery power on the SFA1135 runs out, and sorry, bug. Even if like the batteries die out and this thing turns off completely, the settings are still saved, except like if you program a secondary same area alert code, that it doesn't save that, except for like the first same area code number that you already put in there for the first time. And as you can tell, unlike the Crosse, the First Alert has like a built-in digital clock, which is very convenient in case you want to know what time it is and all that. Though I don't think there's like a built-in alarm clock feature for this thing though. But even if it doesn't, that's fine with me, and I'm sure it must be fine with all of you too if you don't mind it that much. Okay, now let's talk about the battery life on these radios. The Crosse S83301 takes like 3 AAA batteries for power there. Although there is another option to like plug in a DC or AC adapter into this thing to keep it powered on as well. And the battery life for the Crosse right here seems pretty impressive. You can go like weeks upon like a few months without this radio dying completely on this on its own kind of battery power. So this one lasts for quite a while. The First Alert SFA1135, on the other hand, doesn't have a whole lot of power, even if you put like fresh batteries in there, and it only stays powered on for like a few days worth, even if you put in like fresh batteries into this. And that's a lesson I've had to learn the hard way, because actually I did read a review of it, like I think on Amazon, saying like you only get a few days worth of battery power with the First Alert right here, and that's kind of a shame, because I found out like these drain my regular batteries very fast, and I had to resort to using like Energizer rechargeable batteries. So hopefully that helps a bit, but not by a whole lot. Okay, so I think I've officially gone through every like physical aspect about both of these radios. Now it's time to put them to the test and see which one has better reception for not only like weather band but also FM reception. So first things first, we're going to start off with the Crosse S83301 right here. Let me just pull out the antenna for this thing, and let's turn it on. Yeah, it's a funny thing. It doesn't even save the weather station you originally last set it to. So you have to like reset whichever weather band station you want to go to all over again. Like, this thing doesn't save anything at all. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, let's go to KC73, my local weather band station here in Massachusetts, or in Plymouth County more specifically. Let's raise the volume up a bit.
Small craft advisory has been extended until midnight Eastern Daylight Time Tuesday for the following marine location: Massachusetts Bay and Ipswich Bay. Small craft advisory has been extended until midnight Eastern Daylight.
There's some static in the background, but you can still sort of like understand what the voice is saying. But overall, the lacrosse, for listening to NOAA weather station KC73, it doesn't sound all that good. So I'm just gonna turn this down, and let's see how the weather station sounds on the first alert SFA1135.
Elsewhere across Cape Cod, in Falmouth, fair, temperature 52, wind north at 16, gusting to 24. At Chatham, fair, temperature 51, wind northeast at 13, gusting to 22. In Provincetown, fair, temperature 49, wind northeast.
So again, there is some static in the background, but this sounds like it's coming in like way better than the lacrosse. So hopefully this helps. I'm going to turn this down as well. That's it for the weather band. Now we're going to check out the AM reception on this thing, on both these things. So let's tune it to my local radio station, Easy 99.1. See if whichever station comes in clear on which one of these radios. Now I want to be sure, like, I'm not playing any like copyrighted songs, because I don't want to get any claims from YouTube or whoever music company lays claim to any of these songs again, because that's happened to me quite a couple times. Okay, that doesn't seem to work. Let's try 99.9. Try 100.7 WZLX. Sorry, I'm trying to be really careful not to get any copyright songs here. 104.1 maybe. Yeah, most of these stations so far aren't coming very clear. Let's try Ocean 104.7. .7 WROR. Magic 106.7. That's kind of an overrated song, because I've heard it a couple times. Yeah, whenever you try to like auto-tune when you're at the end, sorry, the tuning button's a little finicky with this one. Whenever you come to this point, 108.0, the auto-tuning stops, or else you'll have to like start it up again like this. Here's the station owned by WGBH, 89.7. Let's see if anything comes in.
Ultimate software, people first. And from C3. C3's AI software suite enables
allows organizations to use artificial
Sorry if
intelligence at enterprise scale
the screen
to
looks
solve
very
previously
dimmed on this thing.
unsolvable business problems. Learn more at C3.
It's just that it's running out of battery power already.
Small drones
I don't know if it's
have lots
because
of
like I've
practical
used it too much, or I
applications.
haven't
They can
used
help
up
firefighters
any of
find
the battery power
hotspots.
on this
They
thing
can
for
let
a long
environmental
time.
monitors pinpoint the source of hazardous chemical leaks. But small drones have a problem. They can't fly for very long. NPR's Joe Palca reports on a
Let's
new
try.
solution. Small quadcopters have become extremely popular.
Oh, sorry, wrong button. I was trying to tune into another station, but I was pressing the wrong button. Let's try 90.5.
This is John Puffaker. If you or your loved ones are not fully hearing all the sounds of life, then would you let us help you? We offer state-of-the-art hearing evaluation.
This is 95.9 WATD in Marshville. Some Portuguese channel, I think, in our area. That was Cat Country 98.1. And this is 98.5, the Sports Hub right here. So, I could try to demonstrate AM reception, but the thing is, the AM reception on this thing is like very horrible. Just listen to this. Now the closest station right here on AM is WBZ News Radio 1030 AM, but it doesn't come in very clearly on this thing at all. So that sucks. Oh yeah, if you hold it down, you go into the settings for this radio right here, but I'm just trying to press it once to turn off, like so. So yeah, mostly there are some huge cons with the La Crosse right here, but it's okay. For what it is, it's okay. Now we're going to move on to how well the FM stations come in clearly on the first alert right here. So I'm going to turn this thing up for a bit first, and then switch over to FM right now. Okay, that's Easy 99.1. We're going to see how well stations come in clearly on this thing. This is 100.7 WZLX, Boston's Classic Rock. Though it's not coming in very clearly in this spot, though. Let's try 104.1. Nope. Try and get a good spot to listen to it very clearly. Oh, sorry. You can understand it somewhat, but it's not very clear, at least not in this spot here. I'm at my house right now. Maybe the station will work much more clearly elsewhere. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to 105.7. Nothing much. Let's try Magic 106.7. It's hard to make out what's coming in there. So let's auto-tune to the next available radio station.
Russia's military out. We had that conversation, and we
there we go.
Started to talk about how our interests
coming a lot more clearly here than on the lacrosse.
To the right place. But we'll
Either way, it was his idea to sell Joseph into slavery.
Some religious radio station. I can't remember the exact call sign though.
Does this pot fit in with the chronology of this story of Joseph
Moving on.
going off into slavery?
Stay away, copyright songs. Stay away. Nothing in much from WATD right here, unfortunately. Here's that Portuguese channel again. Let's try Cat Country 98.1. Okay, that one is coming in very clearly. Let's try 98.5, the Sports Hub. No, of course not. Well, that's pretty much it for the FM quality on this one. Before I move ahead and try out to see if I can get anything on AM, I want to mention that what's unique to this radio is that you have the ability to set up to 10 preset radio stations. If you live here in like Plymouth County, or pretty much anywhere in Plymouth, Massachusetts, here are like 10 preset stations that I recommend you set up on this thing if you're planning on buying this radio. So first of all, number 1 is Easy 99.1 WPLM. Channel 2, 95.9 WATD in Marshfield. Number 3, 98.5 the Sports Hub. Channel 4, 99.9. Channel 5, 104.1. Channel 6, 104.7. Excuse me, 104.7 WOCN. Ocean 104.7. That's it. Channel 7, 105.7 WROR. Channel 8, 100.7 WZLX. Channel 9, 89.7 by WGBH. And Channel 10 is Magic 106.7. So if you live in Plymouth County or pretty much anywhere in Massachusetts, and you're thinking of like setting up some preset stations on this thing, that if you're buying this radio here, those are the stations I recommend setting up. Anyway, let's switch over to AM and see if there's anything we can get from WBZ News Radio 1030. The AM reception is coming in better than the lacrosse, but it's not very crystal clear. So that's probably got to be it for both these radios here. I hope you enjoyed this comparison between the Crosse S83301 and the First Alert SFA1135 radios. So if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Like, which radio do you prefer wanting to buy? Is it the lacrosse here, the SA3301, or the First Alert SFA1135. Personally, I think between the two radios right here that I currently own, I would go for like the First Alert right here, because it seems to have slightly better reception than the Crosse right here. Although it does have some trouble in certain spots, and there are some features on the Crosse here that the First Alert lacks. But I mean, they're both really decent handheld portable radios. But for my own reasons, I like the First Alert a little better than the Crosse. But which one of these radios do you think is the better one? Let me know in the comments below to tell me which one of these radios you prefer the best. So that's going to be it. And one more time, I want to give a special shout out to my good buddy Hajjar-Betters. Be sure to check out his channel. I'll put a link in the description down below, hopefully, so that you can check out any radio review videos that he's been putting out himself. And he makes a really great content for whatever radios he features in his videos. So that's gotta be it, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to click like and let me know what your thoughts are about this video in the comments below. Take care of yourselves, have a good day, and I'll see you all next time.